All right, let's check out some of these hot topics that we are following right here on the program. And, of course, we start with the Schumer shutdown that is now going on now on the 24th day. So my wife was just giving me a report that Walmarts are planning to have extra security on November 1st. People might have to actually not even be allowed into the store. They might have to order in advance and pay. It's a situation where a lot of retailers are worried because that's when food stamps are going to run out. People are going online making threats about committing violence. Obviously, it's a concern, but this is a shutdown created by the Democrats. Chuck Schumer says it's getting better every day for the Democrats. The number 2 Democrat in the House said they're using it as leverage. Leverage for what? Money for public broadcasting, money for USAID projects around the world, and illegals getting health care funding. That's what they're trying to use this as leverage. All these federal workers, that aren't getting their paychecks, all these people worried about benefits, you can thank the Democrats. They brought you this. They created this. They're championing this. Republicans are giving opportunity for the Democrats to vote for a continuation, what's called a clean CR. They say no. They want this craziness. They want this chaos. Now, talk about chaos. The lunatic left is continuing to target ICE agents that are doing their job across our country. These are people following the law. These are people removing criminal illegals. These are people that are risking their lives, their families' lives. You've got people like Letitia James trying to track them. You've got others sharing that information like CNN. You already had a deranged lunatic outside of Dallas try to shoot ICE agents. He wound up killing detainees. And you had a guy trying to barrel through a Coast Guard base. It is just every day in these cities, these crazed leftists are attacking ICE agents that are doing their job and risking their lives. And this is being encouraged on a daily basis by people like Governor Pritzker and Mayor Johnson and lunatics like Letitia James and others. It's a sad day in America when we don't have support for our law enforcement. And that's what ICE is doing. So, as I showed you with the image, the liberals are triggered by the president's ballroom that he wants to build, that he's in the process of building. So there's a little bit of construction involved, and you have to, of course, tear down to rebuild. And he is going to be beautifying this White House with something they've never had, a ballroom that can fit over 900 people. In the past, they'd have to do little tents out in the Rose Garden, and people would be walking in slop, using porta potties. This time, they're going to have an elegant facility that is, I think, appropriate for the nation's White House, where our president lives with his family, where we entertain dignitaries, have state dinners, have big events. So I'm all on board with this. I think the president has done the right thing. The left is just crazed. Military is also going after narco terrorists and blowing these boats from here to Kingdom Come. They've done like 10 strikes now on these boats in the Caribbean and also in the East Pacific. And again, everyone should be applauding this. These are terrorists that are being prevented from bringing poison into this country to kill Americans. Instead, Democrats are lamenting the fact that these people are being killed without due process and claim that this is not appropriate for the president to be doing this. Hey, protecting American lives, national security, that's what this is all about. So I've been calling for this on my program for years, for us to start focusing on the home front, start focusing on threats to our country, and that's exactly what President Trump is doing. Big news this week with the NBA embroiled in a scandal involving gambling, involving mafia families, a coach, a former player, others involved in this. We're talking about a current player as well. We're talking about the biggest mafia families in the country, shaking down victims, using all kinds of different devices to scam players. And this was a investigation that's been going on for years. Stephen A. Smith said it was Donald Trump doing this to get back at his political enemies and get back at the NBA because they're woke. How ridiculous. This was actually started during the creepy, sleepy Uncle Joe Beijing Biden administration. And now it's come to fruition with these charges. And yeah, I think this is something that should wake everyone up as to what's really going on in professional sports. There's probably a lot more of this than we realize. Inflation is doing better than expected. Last month, 3%. Remember, under Creepy Joe, it was 9%. Everyone said, oh, the tariffs are going to lead to more inflation. I guess not. It's only 3%. So kudos to President Trump for his economic plan. Okay, we've got just a few days away from elections in New Jersey, New York, and Virginia. Need to get Republicans elected in all those areas. I'm for Curtis Sliwa in New York City. He's a little moderate on some issues, but he's certainly better than a guy who killed people during COVID and a guy who's a communist. In Virginia, the Republican candidate is light years better than the Democrat who won't condemn an attorney general candidate who has called for the killing of the House Speaker. And in New Jersey, the Republican candidate has been around for a while, solid guy, against a Democrat candidate with nothing but scandal. So these are important elections. Off-year elections can build momentum going into the midterm, and hopefully they'll be successful for the Republican candidates. And finally, this week, we had new footage released of the J-6 pipe bomber who went around to both the Republican and Democrat Party headquarters. And this is fascinating video, very clear video. The map of this guy or this woman's actions on that night of January 5th, actually very amazing, and a $500,000 reward being offered. We'll talk more about this later with our guest, Jake Lang. But I'm glad we have at least some action going on in that case. I've been calling for it. We've had no action, and now at least some movement.